There's been a further escalation in the conflict in the Middle East today after an Israeli airstrike destroyed a building in Gaza City housing international media. It follows rocket attacks by Hamas militants, which killed one man in Tel Aviv. An Israeli strike on a refugee camp killed at least 14 people, 10 of them from one extended family. US President Joe Biden expressed grave concern about the violence to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, urging both sides to end the escalation. From the West Bank, here's Yilan now.
Within seconds, another tower block erased from Gaza's skyline. Journalists for international networks who worked inside rushed out after a warning from Israel that it was about to strike. It says Hamas intelligence used the building. Earlier, a barrage of rockets hit Tel Aviv for the first time in 2 days, with deadly results. Emergency services unable to save a man here. In Gaza, there's been almost no time to mourn as the numbers killed mount up. Mohammed Hadidi lost almost everyone in his family. His wife Maha and their children were staying with her brother when the missiles struck their home in an overcrowded refugee camp. Little Omar is all he has left, found in the rubble next to his mother. With militants continuing to be targeted, images released by Israel's military show an operation that's not letting up. Officials say dealing a strong blow to deter Hamas will take more time. And Hamas isn't stopping its fire either. Its rockets, as always, are indiscriminate, continuing to pour down on the Israeli towns closest to Gaza. Tensions here remain high in Israel's mixed cities, where Jews and Arabs live side by side. There were more disturbances overnight. Today, this was Jaffa, the streets deserted. And now the focus turns to the Palestinian territories. This is a solemn day when Palestinians remember the dispossession of hundreds of thousands of people when Israel was created in 1948. They call it Al-Nakba, the catastrophe. And this year, the violence elsewhere adds extra fuel to the protests. Yolande Nell, BBC News, Bethlehem.
Well, our Middle East editor, Jeremy Bowman's in Jerusalem for us. Where do things stand then tonight, Jeremy?
Well, as you've been hearing, defiance coming from both sides while all this is going on. The Israeli Prime Minister has been speaking. He said there could be difficult days ahead. Leader of Hamas has also been talking, and he said that they would keep up more attacks, and Hamas themselves have said that from around midnight local time, which is now, they would continue their attacks on Tel Aviv, and that Gaza, the small enclave which has been blockaded since 2006, has now, 2007 I should say, has now put the rest of Israel, they're saying, under blockade. Clearly they're using a lot of poetic license as far as that's concerned, but certainly Hamas felt at the beginning of this, I believe, that they'd taken the initiative away from the Israelis. And I think that only when the Israelis feel that they are on top of this, that they have caused enough damage to Hamas, and most importantly, that a ceasefire is negotiated, and as you've heard, the Americans are talking, the American envoy is here, he's talking to other Palestinian groups as well, though not directly to Hamas. So there is a diplomatic chapter happening, but I don't see quick breakthroughs right now, because it's looking as if both sides haven't quite nailed down what victory, in inverted commas, looks like for them and what they need to do to get there so they can say, we've had enough, we'll accept a ceasefire.
Jeremy, thank you.